absolutely right on a practical level, but I think at a cultural level there's something perhaps even more important, which is we've got to stop talking down our country. I'm a first-generation immigrant to this country, and I get annoyed hearing people talk endlessly about how we're the worst country in the world, we're the most sexist country in the world, we're the most racist country. It's all nonsense. This is one of the best places to live in the world, and that's what we should be talking about. The fact that we're... Shame on... Well, this is exactly the problem that I'm talking about. You are saying shame on you for talking up Britain, and that is exactly the problem that we're talking about. Okay. This is one of the best places to live in the world for minorities like me. It's the best place to be a woman. It's
Can I just say, there's no point in shouting out for the audience because the people at home can't hear you. And also, let's try not to talk over each other. I asked Konstantin a question. In fairness, I have to let him answer.
So we've got to stop. We've got to stop talking down our country. Okay. We've got to stop shouting over people who are talking.
I've got 2 minutes left, and I have to let the rest of the panel answer. Let me just do that. Bronwyn.
We do something about housing.
Wow, wow, wow. Once again, wokesters like this young lady here, social justice warriors, virtue signaling, doesn't like her country. Yells out, shame on you, because Konstantin Kisin, who's a first-generation immigrant from Russia, who now calls England his home, loves England to life, and is basically doesn't understand, as so many of us who are conservatives, who love the West, who love Western democracies, who love countries that have freedom, express tolerance for us, so inviting for other people, but constantly get maligned, constantly get thrown, we're racist, we're bigoted, we're blank phobic, we hate immigrants, we hate, asylum seekers, we hate refugees, we hate migrants. We don't like, on and on and on. And it's people like this young lady here who are privileged, absolutely privileged, to be living the life that they live in a country which allows their views as well as other views to be tolerated, and yet they need to virtue signal. They don't have anything better to do. They're living privileged lives. This girl, obviously, has been born in England. Right? She probably has a multitude of ethnicities. So what? Who cares? You should be British first, and then list your ethnicities. That's why I don't like hyphenations. Like Italian American, German American, Asian American. It should be American, and then if you want to list your ethnicities, go on down the line. Be my guest. But that's what we're fighting against. Kids, Gen Z, millennials, who just hate the country, hate everything. They hate the energy producing, hate fossil fuels. Get rid of coal, get rid of energy, get rid of oil, get rid of gasoline. We'll just have wind turbines, and we'll just have solar energy. That's all we want. That's how we're going to heat our homes. Right. Oh, this country's emitting carbon dioxide by the bucket loads. We got to stop. We're killing everybody. We're not going to be alive in 5 years. That's what they keep saying over and over again. Anyways, folks, let's get back to more of Konstantin Kisin on Question Time. We'll do that right now.
There's a grounds for hope in a way that I think automatically appeals to young people, and that is in the white heat of technology that is coming. That you have the advances in artificial intelligence, in quantum computing, and
hang on, sorry. Hang on. I know you want to make your point. Well, just wait 1 second. I know you want to make your point, but we've been asked a question, and that's how this programme works. The panel answers the question asked. by Craig. So, John, so that's what we're going to do. Please let the panel answer. Please let the panel answer the question. Alex, I'm sorry. Please let...
And there we go again. The girl comes out here. It's a genocide. It's occurring. No, it's climate change. And the moderator is basically trying to tell this person, listen, you're in the audience. When you develop some bona fides and we invite you, that's what I would have said. When you, I would have just, here's where I would have answered that girl in the audience. Listen, you're a spectator. You've been invited to come here in this audience. You need to just shut the up when you did have some bona fides of your own, when you've been able to muster, to have some backing, then maybe then we might invite you to come onto the panel. But right now, you're just supposed to sit back, shut up, zip it up, and listen, lady. Otherwise, we're going to kindly escort you out the door if you continue to be this intolerant and this belligerent. That's how this should have been handled.
Let the panel answer the question.
But this new technology stands the chance of radically transforming our whole world by creating very cheap energy and the capacity to solve problems that we've never had the capability to do so before. And I think that that is really appealing to the next generation.
Jonathan, we've got about 30 seconds left, so...
We can turn the... Let me say this. Let me tell you this. The killing has to stop. We need a truce on humanitarian grounds immediately. And we need a ceasefire, a sustainable ceasefire. That's what we need now. And a Labour government will work towards the creation of a Palestinian state as part of a two-state solution. That is hope.
OK. Right. Listen, our hour is up. Thank you for all your...
So that girl in the audience, that wokester, virtue signaling, privileged young lady, just wouldn't shut the F up. Just wouldn't shut up at all. Right? Rattling off everything that, in her twisted little mind, her mushy brain could muster. Ticked off all the boxes. Country bad. Shame on country. Genocide occurring. Nobody's doing anything about it. Climate change. Technology. No good. All of them, right? Just ticked off the boxes. Unbelievable. Let's hear some more from Konstantin, folks.
I completely agree with Bronwyn that we're in a very dangerous world, but I think the question we really should be thinking about is why are we in a dangerous world? Why does Vladimir Putin feel comfortable to invade Ukraine? Why do the Iranian regime feel comfortable to back the Hamas terrorists to attack Israel, to back the Houthis to attack our shipping? And I think the reason is we've forgotten the very basic principle of war that human beings have known for millennia, which is civis pacem parabellum. If you want peace, prepare for war. We need a strong deterrent. And I'm sorry, Alex, the nuclear deterrent is not going to be enough. We need a professional army of well-trained men and women like the British have always had. We have a rich military tradition in this country and one that we must maintain. So I don't think a citizens' army is the answer to that. We need a strong military made up of professional soldiers. It's something actually that the UK is known for around the world. If you look at the training we're, for example, giving to the Ukrainians, that's one of the biggest things, the contributions the UK has made. It's not necessarily the kit. It's the training for them to know how to use it that has made the biggest contribution. And the other thing I'll say about this, one of the things that I'm concerned about is the politicization of our armed forces. One of the stories that I think emphasized this for me recently was a very courageous woman. We don't know her name, and I actually would like to have her on my show if she wants to come on to talk about the fact that she was forced to resign from the Royal Air Force because she refused to implement the orders of her superiors to, quote, stop hiring useless white men. We are starting to introduce all these stupid ideas about diversity and all of this nonsense into armed forces. I'm interested in an armed forces that are excellent that are good at their job and are good at the one thing they're supposed to do, which is kill the enemy. That's what I want.
Okay.
Couldn't have said that any effing better myself. And that's what's happening here in the United States too, folks. All these generals that are getting promoted, admirals getting promoted, it's not because they've done anything on the battlefield. No, it's because they've done it on the political field. They're getting promoted for doing, you know what? They're getting promoted for allowing sex change operations in the army. We'll do it for free. They're getting it because they're saying that, dumbing down the standards so that women, are you really telling me that women are held to the same standard? This is the lie that they're telling you. The women, the same standard in terms of, come on. Their run times, their exercise, whatever it is that they're utilizing. I don't believe it for a second. Somebody is going to have to show me some very compelling data. But if you're telling me that they're competing and the standards to become a SEAL, to become a Marine, I'm not saying that you know what? Women are coming in the armed forces, no doubt about it. They've been there for a long time. Goody for them. Hip, hip, hooray. But here's the question. If they're that damn good, why aren't they being deployed into the field of battle? Just asking. Why aren't they given a gun to go out there and attack the enemy and defend positions? Right? I don't see any platoon of women going out there against ISIS in Afghanistan, fighting against the Taliban. As Konstantin said, it is peace through strength. Ronald Reagan. If you want to have peace, you prepare for war. That's exactly what Donald Trump wants to do. And the number one thing that an Army, a Navy, the Air Force, Marines, your SEALs, your Special Forces, it's not a science experiment. It's not a human experiment. They're there for one thing: protect, defend, destroy. And get rid of the enemy by any means necessary to protect the country, to protect its citizens, to protect the people. That's what we want an army for, folks. It's supposed to be a machine that is there for one thing and one thing only: defend, destroy, and protect. Anyways, we appreciate you taking the time to watch. You've been watching the Dr. Nasir Shaikh Show. I've been your host. My name is Dr. Nasir. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, like, share, and follow. You all know what to do. Take a look at our other videos above and below. My final thought is always, when you're right, you're right. And when you're left, you're just wrong. Until next time, folks, take care and stay safe.